Hey guys, welcome to a new video, and today I will be doing a F124 review. This is my opinion. I'm not taking into account what I've seen online. I'm just going to say what I've found from playing the game myself. So there may be glitches and stuff other people have found, but if I've not found them yet, then I'm not going to talk about them in this review, as this is just what I've seen. Currently though, first of all, I'm going to have a comparison between the two games with the handling and the looks. I didn't get a full lap for Qatar on F123 though. I just got a bit of a my world race that I did. So currently you're just seeing the F124 one where you can obviously see how the camera looks. Now you can see the F123 though. Here you can just see how through here I'm able to do it all flat out on F124, but you go wide and that will give you a warning usually on the F123 game, but you do not get that warning in F124 as you are still on the track. But yeah, so that may be a bit of an issue with the handling, which I will have a bigger thought on that in a moment, or at the end of this video. But now we go to Spa, where I do a full lap. Here you can instantly see how much more gravel there is and how much further back the wall is, turn 1. So I've not really seen anyone crash there before, but it's going to be a lot less likely. Then obviously you can see the runoff being different through there, that through Eau Rouge. Now this part, what I didn't really notice was F123 has the walls closer, but here again there's just a bit more grass and there's a lot less curb through that last bit of that little section. Then a lot less curb again. That's something which is quite often with the new ones. There's just barely any curb, so there I could run a bit off to carry more speed. In F123 couldn't in this one. Or in F124, yet again very little curb in the inside there to use. Same through here, through everywhere. I think a bit of that runoff also became more gravel on this one. Then you come along here, yet again less room for error. Here the walls further back though, which could be good and bad, because you can't just crash as easily, but at the same time it may cause you may want them to be punished by a crash through there. Obviously you yourself won't want to be punished that way, but then I'll finish the lap on F123 as I now finished the lap on F124, and I'll be going to Baku now, because what I found around Baku is you can use a lot more curbs now. I didn't use more curbs here, but if you use more curbs on the new game on F124, you don't fly off as much. All my times on F123 I believe will be a bit slower, but on F124 they're all faster lap times. But another thing which I found is traction control is a lot easier and a lot kinder on F124 than F123. So I may have a little loose of the rear on F124, but in F123 that will lose the whole rear as well, because you can now turn a lot more easily and it's a lot more responsive. Into castle section, as you could see there, I did almost turn into the wall because I turned the amount I did on F123. But before the corner before that as well, though, I was just able to turn enough with the speed I want to carry. Couldn't do that on F124. On F123, I would have probably taken a bit of the curb before. Then we come into the last corner, and there's not much difference. Here through F123, I hit the walls though, however, which is not great, but still managed it. Another thing which I think has changed is DRS is a lot closer now. But now I head into the fan zone, where I chose Ferrari and Fernando Alonso. But here I'm just showing where like you have the constructor zone and the driver zone, showing the ranking of all the drivers and constructors, their fans. Neither of mine are doing the best, but they're also not doing the worst, I believe. But then if you come into Super License, you can switch between which one comes up. So in time trial, you'll have like either Ferrari or Alonso for me. Here I went into the trophy cabinet. For some reason it did not let me choose any of my trophies though, as I now show what it looks like when you get fan points. But now I'm going to head into the driver career, where now you can be any F1 driver if you choose a real person. So here I'm showing all the F1 drivers you can be. You can be all the F2 drivers as well, and you can also be icons. The likes of Senna, Schumacher, they're all in it. Montoya, Webber, I believe. Button, Massa, Mansell, Kobayashi. Then you've also got Jarno Opmeer, Lucas Blakely, basically esports drivers as well. Also Hakkinen I just spotted there. You can be. Then you choose a team. I chose Senna as my driver, but now you choose a team. You can see the performance currently for each team. Then you can go into the recognition. And yeah, so obviously Senna will have a high recognition between each team. But yeah, now I choose McLaren because that was where he was. Then you can see they're rating their like accolades they've already achieved in real life, and you can also see like information about them, which is all cool. You also get to add to the accolades of the driver you choose. I end up choosing Oscar Piastri as my teammate, but I'll be adding to Senna's accolades. But I've still not signed the contract yet. Usually that would be it, you've just signed. But now you go to this cutscene where you're just looking off the balcony in Monaco, and then your agent just comes along and starts talking to you about how getting you a possible contract, which you then have to accept. It will be coming up in a moment, but basically you get to choose a rating you are aiming to achieve at the end, and the years. You can't choose in the first year how many years, it's always 1 year contract. But if the longer you stay, the higher your recognition to the team will be, and the higher target rating you give yourself, the higher recognition you'll get when you achieve it, I believe. And then if you say you're going to aim to your target is lower than your current rating, then you'll lose recognition. So you realistically want to aim for something a bit higher. I'm showing it here now, but you can also see the stats that they've gave Senna as well there. I end up choosing a rating target of 94. I've not really played this driver career, I just use it to show this stuff off, as we now go here into this menu bit, which hasn't changed too much, just the background has changed. You can also see your rating. You also have 3 different rivalries. You always have your teammate rivalry, but you also get during the season a championship rivalry and a rating rivalry. Here, you don't always get them, but as you can see there, Oscar Piastri has his own R&D points now, and he can actually choose what he wants to buy. So he was looking at the chassis, so I decided to buy something from Powertrain. But then I don't know if it's glitch or not. You may have seen it there. Oscar Piastri just decided he no longer is interested in it and doesn't choose anything to be interested in, so he's not buying it anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, it's not a big issue. I don't know if it's on purpose or not. I think they just they basically base it off what you're buying, you sort of make them change their minds. But here we go to the grid reveal, which has replaced her car reveal, which I think this is a lot better, personally, because in the future you'll have team change, like driver changes in the teams, which then also makes it more interesting, as you'll see the likes of maybe even Alonso in Alpine again, or Alonso in Ferrari again in them overalls. You also saw Mia Senna next to Oscar Piastri in the McLaren overalls. But yeah, that's all the main footage I got. So I decided to just put on this in the background while I give my honest review. This has the differences, like shows what Silverstone looks like now. But first off, I'm going to talk about handling. Obviously there's some issues with it, but I believe the new handling update that should be coming out soon will improve it. If it does, I don't think there'll be much to moan about with that, but either way I still think it's really good. But I like it a lot more than F1 23, as it's a lot less understeery now, so you feel like you're getting the input you're putting in, like the output is what you're trying to get from the input, it feels like more. But here you're about to come across the new buildings which have been added. So to the left there's the new building, through here there's also new buildings as well. But then also driver career, I think that's like quite good as well now. I personally really enjoy it, especially with the new targets and everything. You also get targets in the middle of a race, which if you complete it your rating will go up. I'm not sure about what happens when you don't complete them, as I've been lucky enough to complete all of mine so far. But yeah, I would assume it would like ruin your rating. I've not done my team career yet though, so I can't have an opinion on that yet. Same with ranked, so, and like most of F1 World. But if you want like something on that, like this video so I know you want it, and subscribe if you're new, as that's the end of that. So I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.